clap, but it's a heck of a lot more fun if you do. So stand up, clap along, and let's get this party started.
At night, when you turn off all the lights, there's no place that you can hide. No, no, the rhythm is gonna get you. In bed, throw the covers on your head and pretend that you are dead. You know it, the rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you tonight. No way you can fight it every day, but no matter what you say, no, no, the rhythm is gonna get you. No clue of what's happening to you, and before this night is through, oh baby, the rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you tonight. Oh, eh, oh, eh. Oh, eh, oh, ah. Oh, eh, oh, eh. Oh, eh, oh, ah. Rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you tonight.
Time, see what's become of me. Time, see what's become of me. While I look around for my possibilities, I was so hard to please. Look around, these are brown, and the sky is in shades of winter. Hear the Salvation Army band. Down by the riverside, it's bound to be a better ride than what you got planned. Carry your cup in your hand. Look around, your hopes you cast away, simply pretend that you can build them again. Look around, restless heart is alright. It's the springtime of my life. Ooh, seasons change with the scenery, weaving time in a tapestry. Won't you stop and remember me?
All right. Nice job, everybody. You can go ahead and have a seat. Thank you, Ben. I want to introduce to you today's host for today's event, Mr. Franco Hashiguchi. Give it up to Franco.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Adam. This was the unnamed assembly band of the Sunday Assembly Nashville. Keep in mind that we are all volunteer, including the person running sound back there, Jeremy over here doing the production. Okay, here we go. Greetings, fellow humans. Welcome to Sunday Assembly Nashville. Yes, the rhythm is going to get you on this lazy, hazy shade of winter, and you need to grab a hold of it right back. I, Franco Hashiguchi, will be your host for today. In case of emergency, don't panic, but know where your towel is. Exits are there. Speaking of emergencies, there's a bathroom on the right. Okay. There's also kid activities. If you have kids and they're getting a little fidgety, or if you're getting a little fidgety, there are little things to draw and stuff. We'll have a kid activity later on in the service as well down front, but that'll be a surprise. Let's see. Also note that in the middle of your program, does everybody have a program? Yes? Yes? Good. There is a feedback form. We would like you to drop that off. Drop the feedback form off at either side. There'll be a box waiting for it. Okay. Our mission statement. Sunday Assembly is a secular congregation that celebrates life. We have no doctrine. We have no deities. We are radically inclusive. Everyone is welcome. Our mission is to have a Sunday Assembly in every town, city, and village that wants one. Our vision is to help everyone live life as fully as possible. We at Sunday Assembly know that we come from nothing and we go to nothing. We have this one life, and together we will help one another make it as good as it can be. This philosophy and non-theology can be summed up in one simple motto: live better, help often, and wonder more. Thank you all for coming out this fine morning. Some of us have been doing this for quite a while, weeks, months, years. Others, maybe not so much. If this is your first time with us here, would you please stand up that we may do a quick howdy? New people, first time here? Woo, yeah. And please remain standing. One of our members, David Lyle, is going to be counting you for our keeping purposes of records. All right, 17, hot dang. All right. I said dang, just to make sure everybody heard that. Let's see. All right. One more time. Applause for our first-time visitors. Woo! Thank you much. All right. We meet at Fondren Hall right here at 10 o'clock on the second Sunday of every month. The next ones are Sunday, January 10th and Sunday, February 14th. Yes, it's February 14th. I'm already wearing red. You can find us all over at social media. Be sure to take the program home with you. It has them all. Meetup.com is the most important place for events. YouTube is the place to catch videos, including videos of these. Let's see. And I'm staring at the microphone. Pardon me for a moment. Ooh, okay. Let's see. We even have a secret Facebook page where you can go and be a part of the community and not have neighbors, coworkers, whatever, like noticing what you're doing. So contact one of our board members and talk to us about it, email or by coming up and saying hi. If you notice, those of us who've been here a while have little name badges that are printed out already. If you feel like you're going to be here for a long time, feel free to approach and get one of your own. If not, got the little stickies. All right. Please welcome Landry Butler to the stage. current chairman of the board of Sunday Assembly Nashville and one of our founding members, dynamic public speaker. He will be reciting a poem by Suair Hamad, What I Will, accompanied by yours truly on the baron. Will be followed by Christina Campbell leading a kids activity. Come on up, Landry.
Hello. LB in the house. What up? What? Everybody having a good time? Get one more. You got it. There we go. Sorry, you can't take me anywhere. I'm doing a poem called What I Will by Suhair Hamad. Great poet. She's done all kinds of things. They're on the YouTubes. They're on the little poetry things that are on HBO or whatever. You should check them out. What I Will. I will not dance to your war drum. I will not lend my soul nor my bones to your war drum. I will not dance to that beating. I know that beat. It is lifeless. I know intimately that skin you are hitting. It was alive once. Hunted, stolen, stretched. I will not dance to your drummed up war. I will not pop, spin, or break for you. I will not hate for you or even hate you. I will not kill for you, especially. I will not die for you. I will not mourn the dead with murder nor suicide. I will not side with you or dance to bombs because everyone else is dancing. Everyone can be wrong. Life is right, not collateral or casual. I will not forget where I come from. I will craft my own drum. Gather my beloved near, and our chanting will be dancing. Our humming will be drumming. I will not be played. I will not lend my name nor my rhythm to your beat. I will dance and resist and dance and persist and dance. This heartbeat is louder than death. Your war drum ain't louder than this breath. Ha. Thank you.
Thank you, Landry. Okay, I got chills with that one. Every time I've heard it, I've gotten chills. And speaking of chills and children, may I present the lovely and talented Christina Campbell, who'll be getting up to sing. Do you want to build a snowman? Come on now. It's from Frozen. We're gonna give the band a break here on this one. Come on. And Mr. Adam Newton right here, band leader, will give instructions to kids over there on building snowmen.
All right, I want to see children's hands who are between the ages of 3 and 12. If you're 3 years old and 12 years old, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, what about 2-year-olds? Do we have 2-year-olds? All right, everybody who's under 12, come down front here. Kate, could you help us bring this? We're going to do a project, the fastest craft project we've ever done while Christina sings one of people's most favorite songs ever. So, and this is all for the kids, so we want to get everybody up. So if you're, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we got enough. All right. So let me just give some real quick instructions. Okay, guys, we're gonna build a snowman. Okay? Well, Christina's gonna sing this amazing song. You guys are all gonna build a snowman. All of the parts are in the only pans of the world I own. So keep that in mind. So I want to take let's just all line up over here. Let me switch this around. Okay. We're ready to go.
Elsa? Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door, it's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman or ride our bikes around the halls? I think some company is overdue. I've started talking to the pictures on the walls. It gets a little lonely, all these empty rooms, just watching the hours tick by. Please, I know you're in there. People are asking where you've been. They say have courage, and I'm trying to. I'm right out here for you. Just let me in. We only have each other. It's just you and me. What are we gonna do? Do you wanna build a snowman?
Thank you, Christina. All right, and thank you, Adam, with the kid project over there, building snowmen. All right. Up next, we have Mr. L.T. Kirk. Let's see. All right. Mr. L.T. Kirk, who once aspired to be an opera singer, an opera star. Hopes dashed by cardiomyopathy, then arising from the broken dreams to live life to the fullest. He gave a TEDx Antioch talk on it, and we'll give an extended version of it here with a wee bit more on the secular outlook and how that fits. LT, please welcome LT to the stage.
Thank you, Franco. Appreciate that. Thank you all for having me here today. It's a real privilege and an honor. And so as we were preparing for this, you all are so incredibly organized, and you've got committees and you've got people, and I was never for want of information. And but one of the first challenges that I faced was when Franco and Adam introduced me to the theme. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to relate my story to rhythm? And then it kind of slapped me in the face. I was like, you're talking about your heartbeat. Doesn't get any more basic rhythm than that. So that brings me to kind of my introduction to my story is that, well, first of all, let me ask you, how many of you are familiar with the phrase, marching to the beat of your own drummer? Yes, exactly. The drummer has never heard of it. Well, you know, I'm of the belief that we all march to the beat of our own drummer. And it's a drummer that you were born with. It's a little fist-sized organ that resides right in the center of your chest. It's called your heart. So, I'd like to ask you to do a favor and take 2 fingers, put them on the side of your neck, find your pulse. Can you feel your heartbeat? Hopefully you can. I really hope you can. Otherwise, you're in worse shape than I am. So that is your rhythm of life. That is what you get to march to. That is what you get to dance to. That is your rhythm of life. But what happens if that rhythm gets interrupted or gets off sync, changes radically, and you're not sure how to dance anymore? You're not sure how to march anymore. Well, that's what happened to me. And I'd like to share with you just a few thoughts about how I've overcome that, how I'm still overcoming that. So a couple of months after my 40th birthday, I found myself in the cardiac critical care unit of the hospital. A few days prior, I had collapsed while working out at the gym and went to the emergency room, and they did a nuclear stress test, and it revealed that my heart function was compromised. So they sent me to see a cardiologist. Now, I was in really good shape and really good health at the time. So the cardiologist really believed there wasn't anything serious going on, maybe a minor blockage, one of the smaller arteries near the back of the heart. So he sent me for a heart catheterization. The plan was that he would find and clear the blockage, put in a stent, and send me home. Instead, I awoke to the news that I had viral cardiomyopathy and congestive heart failure. Over half of my heart muscle was dead. Then he shocked me with the further news that if I didn't get a heart transplant immediately, I probably only had days to live. This was on a Monday. He literally told me that by Friday I would no longer be here. So of course, I was devastated, knew that my life was over. And even if I did manage to stay alive, I could no longer even walk across a room without becoming weak and exhausted. But that was almost 10 years ago. And not only am I obviously still alive, but still with only half a heart, no transplant. Now, I do have wonderful assistance from a little device that they implanted in my chest. It's called an AICD. It's a defibrillator, which hopefully only acts should the heart stop beating completely, which hopefully that won't happen today either. But it also has pacing capabilities, and to date, it paces me about 60% of the time, mostly keeping my heart rate high enough to sustain consciousness. So, and I'm very, very grateful for that technology, by the way. Very grateful for that technology. So, the first thing that I've learned, or let me back up a little bit, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit scattered this morning. So, the first thing that I've learned is that it's an ongoing process. It's always an ongoing process for me. Recently, I was going through my 3rd round of cardiac rehabilitation in as many years. And while I was walking on the treadmill one day, hooked up to all these monitors and everything, one of the nurses came up to me and asked me, she goes, "You've been in this process for so many years now. What would you say to someone newly diagnosed with heart disease to help them get through it?" I began to think about that, and as I was thinking about that, I had also been invited to do a presentation at TEDx Antioch, and I was struggling, trying to figure out how to narrow down all the things that I wanted to be able to say in 10 minutes. That was really, really hard. That was basically a minute per year of this journey. So that question made a huge impact in my life to realize, okay, what would I want to say to someone without overwhelming them? They're already overwhelmed with what's happening to them. So what would I say? And I realized also that it's not just about someone with heart disease. It's about anyone that has that heartbeat. We all face challenges. We all face things that derail us, that put a hitch in our step, that, interrupts the dance that we're doing in life. So think about whatever might be challenging you at the moment. Maybe it is a health issue. Maybe it's a family issue, a work issue, whatever. But think about that as I share a couple of points with you. So the first thing is that when you're facing insurmountable obstacles, seize every opportunity that you can to regain control of your life. See, we often fall prey to victimhood. We like to dwell in this, oh, woe is me. But the sooner you can rise out of that mindset, the sooner you can begin reclaiming control and finding new meaning in life. So I began taking small steps while I was still in the hospital to reclaim control of my life. The doctors told me that after I had survived that first week, they told me that I could go home if I could walk a mile in a single day. Now, the measure of success was 22 laps around the cardiac critical care ward. Given my weakened state, that felt like an impossible task. My first attempt consisted of my husband, who's here with me today, assisting me walking from the hospital bed to the room door and back. And that took everything that I had. But inspiration comes out of accomplishment in many cases. It was a week or so later that I was able to complete a single lap. Now, I needed to do 22, but I completed a single lap around that hospital ward. And the feeling of accomplishment was so incredible that it inspired me to keep going. So I started taking every opportunity that I could to walk. I enlisted every family member, every friend, nurses, candy stripers, anybody that walked through the doors of my hospital room. I started enlisting them to walk with me. Now, I did encounter setbacks. I'm a little bit of an overachiever in life and extremely stubborn. So each day I would set goals for myself, and one day I was so determined that I was going to accomplish my goal for that day that I pushed too hard and I went into a dangerous tachycardia. That, of course, was a bigger setback. To the doctors, it was a big setback because of my health. For me, it was a big setback because they wouldn't let me walk for a couple of days. And this was now what I lived for, was to walk. But it took me 2 months in the hospital. But I finally did get strong enough to be able to go home. And the day that I completed that mile, I literally felt like Rocky Balboa making it to the top of the Capitol stairs. Now, there's a very critical step that I recommend for everyone, and that is build a support system in your life immediately. Even if you're not facing something at the moment, eventually you will. And you should have a support system in place. Find friends, family members, Sunday assembly, community members. You've got a wealth of resources, a wealth of people that can be there for you and you can be there for them. And it's so vital to getting through this beautiful and awful thing called life that we have that support. But it's also very important that you remember that as you have that support structure in place, they can't do your work for you. The things that you need to do to overcome your obstacles, it's still all yours. They can be there to support you and to help you. Now, as a transplant candidate, I received a lot of instructions. But one of those was that I needed to find a good counselor to help me. And I went through several missteps for several years, not finding someone that I really could gel with. And I finally landed with a wonderful psychologist who specializes in chronic illness. And one of the first things that she and I had to work through was grief. Now, grief is a complicated process, but it's a very necessary process. And I'll never forget the first day in my first session with her that she likened the grieving process with chronic illness to that of having a house fire. Initially, you grieve the entire picture of you've lost your house, you've lost everything. And as you begin to recuperate from that and you begin to move forward in life, one day you're in your new home and you decide that you want to sit down and read your favorite book. And you go to the bookshelf and, oh, that book's not there. I lost it in the fire. So now you start to grieve individual, specific things that you've lost. And that was what was happening with me is at first I was just grieving that, I've lost my entire way of life. But then as I would come up against things that I wanted to do and my body wouldn't let me do, I had to go through that grieving process again. The beauty part about it is that as you continue doing that, the process starts getting faster, 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 till eventually you don't even realize that, wow, I just grieved over that. It took me a fraction of a second and I'm ready to move on. But I still grieve when those things come up. Now, during my therapy sessions, I also latched onto an image, and this is a cliche, and it has nothing to do with my life. I have no idea where it came from. But I latched onto an image of a blacksmith forging a horseshoe. Now, of course, I was the horseshoe. And that blacksmith was firing and hammering and cooling me like nobody's business. And I had absolutely no control over what was happening. And then one day, my counselor and I were talking, and it suddenly just dawned on me, why can't I be the blacksmith? Why do I have to sit back and allow life to happen to me? Instead, I can take control and determine what my life's going to look like. Now, I can't change my circumstances. I still have half a heart, and that places a lot of limits on me. But I can control what my life will look like within those parameters. Just like that blacksmith has certain physical laws that dictate the craft. So, the second thing that I would tell you, and this is kind of the focal point of my message today, is that your dreams, your hopes, and your passions, they don't die when you come upon obstacles. But rather, they will adapt and evolve in the face of changing realities, but only if you allow them to. That's really key. You have to allow them to evolve. So, Franco mentioned that I was an aspiring opera singer. I was really just an aspiring entertainer. I just wanted a stage, I wanted a microphone, I wanted an audience. I would act, I would sing, I would dance, I would do whatever would draw applause. But of course now, my new physical limitations robbed me of any hope of ever realizing those dreams. But as time went on, my passions began to resurface. So I began to explore different aspects of the entertainment world. I started off by volunteering with organizations like Nashville Opera, Nashville Children's Theater. I joined the board of a nonprofit called Houston Dance. The founder, one of my best friends, is also here today. And then I started moving into a whole new arena, producing, directing theater. I still took on a few small, but to me, significant acting roles. And as a result, I actually started getting awards for the first time ever in my life. Peers in the entertainment world began recognizing what I was doing, and here I felt like I wasn't even beginning to live up to my original potential. But in reality, I was beginning to exceed it. So ask yourself, are you willing to allow your dreams to evolve? We get so focused on a particular picture in our minds of what our dream come true is going to look like. But that's not always the case. So your dreams can take on a life of their own, and they have a place that they want to take you. But too often, we place too many limits on them that, no, it's got to look just like this. And I'm actually happier now than I think I ever would have been had I realized my original dreams. The last thing that I want to tell you is simply live. Life does not wait for your dreams to come true, and it does not wait for you to figure out how to cope with the challenges and the obstacles that you come up against. Life keeps living every second of every day, and it keeps ticking in a steady rhythm that never stops. Were any of you awake early enough this morning to see the most gorgeous sunrise ever? As soon as I got out of bed, my husband came in and goes, "Go to the front porch." And we're both standing there with our camera phones and snapping pictures like crazy. But that is one of the key moments that life is made of. Those are the things that are happening all around us while we're so busy trying to build something else. And it's okay for you to have goals and aspirations and to try to build something and make something out of this one life that we have. But you can't forget to look around at all the beauty that's here for you every day, every moment. There was a philosopher in the late 1800s named H.H. Bartley, and he penned a Mother Goose style rhyme that really struck home for me when I came across it. And it actually became the inspiration for the Serenity Prayer that they use in the 12-step programs. But I like how he put it. He said that for every ailment under the sun, there is a remedy or there is none. And if there be one, then try to find it. And if there be none, never mind it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, LT. One life, and he's got it, and he's sharing it with us. Support, that's what we're about here. Okay, after a moment of science, or silence, LT will sing a song for us that was written by a friend of his that speaks to what he's been through and speaks to what we all go through. So for now, a moment of science, or silence. As I mentioned earlier, we're a volunteer run, and I had multiple things going through my head, and I've waffled back and forth, and so right now I'm being extemporaneous. Okay, so what we have now is a moment where you can either be very quiet and still and meditative, or you can think about something sciencey. Usually we would direct you with something. I am going to give you a simple thought, and the thought is that in nature, as in with us, often things are going synchronously, things beating together. People that are in choirs often have their heartbeat and respirations match each other, even apart from just with the music that they're singing. Plants often will communicate somehow, miraculously. Did I say miraculously up here? To blossom at the same time, or perhaps little chemical signals going back and forth if they're near each other. So I want you to think for the next 30 seconds, or maybe a minute, of ways in which in your own lives that you are somehow in tune with your tribe, your groups, whether it's here at Sunday Assembly or groups that you dance with, play chess with, work with. So close your eyes or leave them open. It's up to you because we are very inclusive here. And here we go. Moment of science, 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 science. Alrighty. Now you can close your eyes or open your eyes, depending on what you've been doing for the past few seconds. And we're going to have L.T. Kirk sing one for you, along with accompaniment by our own Stephen Phelps on guitar. Please welcome L.T. and Stephen.
I remember as a little child, I'd lie awake at night, pretending I was Peter Pan. I'd fly all through the night. I fight my pretend battles in Never Never Land. I lead my men to victory like John Wayne in command. I dance and sing through rain-soaked streets, umbrella in my hand. Gene Kelly was no match for me. I was stronger than Superman. For I was free to dream and free from fear, where I could do all things. Free to laugh and free to care, to soar on eagle's wings. My dreams led hope to victory, and love was freedom's theme. When nothing was impossible, for I was free to dream. As the years went by, I learned to place fear in place of hope, disappointment impaired direction. My journey, I suppose, comparison was my downfall, my weapon of deceit. And I lost sight of who I was and all that I could be. When I was free to dream and free from fear, where I could do all things. Free to laugh and free to care, to soar on eagle's wings. My dreams led hope to victory, and love was freedom's theme. Where nothing was impossible, for I was free to dream. Where did the dreams go? Did they fade away? Are they still inside of us to dream another day? Without vision, people perish. Oh, this one thing I know. Restore to us that inner fire, ignite the passion in our souls, where we can be free to dream and free from fear, where we can do all things. Free to laugh and free to care, to soar on eagle's wings. Our dreams lead hope to victory, and love is freedom's theme. Where nothing is impossible, when we are free to dream. Oh, nothing is impossible when we are free to dream.
All right. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you to you both. Now we'll hear from one of our members narrating an ethical dilemma and how she resolved it. This is the trying my best portion. Each assembly, we have this. So, Pat Sharp is a board member of Sunday Assembly Nashville, a consultant, and a musician. Her trying my best is one that many of us who have been on stage can relate to, and more broadly, all of humanity. Pat?
Thank you, Franco. That was a wonderful introduction. Good morning, Sunday Assemblers. Good morning. And good morning, those of you who are visiting. It was a wonderful afternoon. The windows of the sanctuary were graced with fragrant boughs of evergreen, and big red bows were on the pews. And there were twinkly lights, and the sanctuary was filled with eager people waiting to hear the performance of the Vivaldi Gloria with full orchestra at a prominent Nashville church. And I had the good fortune to have a paying gig as one of the featured soloists. It was about to become the most humiliating moment of my life. Now, there's this joke. 20 years ago, it was the girl singer can't count. Now it may be the lead singer can't count, which of course doesn't apply to anyone in this room. But there's all these workarounds when you're singing with the band. The drummer gives you little cues, the guitarist has these little licks. They'll play the introduction over again if you don't come in when you're supposed to. So when you are the lead singer, you can kind of relax. You know the band's got your back. But when you're singing with an orchestra in a classical production with the conductor, more importantly, when you've gone to music school, they figure that you're a musician and that you can count and that you'll come in at the right place. And the solo portion that I was singing has this wonderful introduction. In fact, it's really long. I re-listened to it, worse, I relived it, preparing for this talk. It's got this great orchestral melodic stuff, and it's not in 4/4. You know 4/4 is easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And usually you're supposed to come in on 1. That's called the downbeat. But in this song, you come in on 6. That's called the upbeat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sing. Only in this case, I got caught up in listening to the music. Okay? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, sing. Oh no. Oh no. If I'd come in the middle of the bar, like on beat 4, we could have probably worked with that. If I'd come in a measure late, I could have caught up. But I came in 1 beat late, and there was nothing I could do. It was, you feel my pain. I still feel it. Oh, 20 years ago, I still feel it. So here I am. So what do? The show must go on, right? I stood there and I sang with all my confidence, with all my heart, watching the train wreck go by. The orchestra, it's so funny to think about it now. They're like, oh my God, they had that look. And the conductor, I can see his face. He's got beads of sweat on his forehead. Fortunately, I couldn't see the choir, thank goodness. But I got through it. It ended. They actually applauded. I did not slink. But I went back to my seat. And inside went, oh my God. So here's what I learned. First of all, I didn't die. That was 20 years ago. I'm still here. I still sang. They didn't fire me. The musicians still spoke to me. And what was really surprising is how few people, other than the musicians, actually noticed there was anything wrong. So I had all this turmoil, probably for nothing. I learned I don't have to be perfect. I'm human. I just have to try my best. So now I'd like to turn it back to our host, who never misses a beat, Franco.
Thank you, Pat. And while you were talking, I was thinking about all kinds of moments in my my semi-professional career where I missed cues and had some train wrecks too. Thanks. Heartbeat going. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So now it's time for the announcements portion. First off, we have a monthly budget that fluctuates between $500 and $700. It's like, wow, wow, where did that come from? Well, November came in at $559.56, with the biggest portion being the rental of the space, $400. We also have several service projects, web hosting, printing costs, honorariums, miscellaneous supplies, and things like that. So we believe in completely transparent record keeping and make our budgets available online. Now, if we had just $8 from each of you, we could probably cover expenses for this month. It's one of those pay as much as you can or as little as you can, depending. We're all trying our best here. For us, we're trying to build a nest egg for future endeavors. We do not take up a collection. We do not pass a hat. Instead, we hope that you can drop a donation in the box where you come in, or you can hit up our website to donate online, both one-time donations or recurring donations. If you do wish to drop money in the box today, that would be grand. Cash, checks, and we take secure credit card processing. You don't have to drop your card in that. We have Landry Butler. Landry, please stand up and be accounted for. Another board member and founding member of Sunday Assembly Nashville, Landry Butler. He can assist you with the taking of money, or if you just want to chat with him. Matter of fact, if you want to not listen to me say any more of the announcements, you can go run over there right now and throw money at him now. Hey, I won't mind. I'm okay. Okay, so we rely on your donations for our survival. And yes, we are a non-profit organization, tax write-off for you. We're completely volunteer run at the local level. We don't get paid to do this. So any flubs that we may do, that's because, we're having fun here. You can join us. There are plenty of opportunities for you to donate your time as well. We are all volunteers working hard, bringing this to you, and via service projects, things like stream cleanups, feeding the homeless, etc. Just create your own if you want to. You can approach us. We're approachable. There are plenty of opportunities outside of this to gather in small groups called SMOOPs. Get it? Small groups. Anyway. Up on the screen. Ooh, look, there we go. We have one there. Let's see, learn more sparkling wine. Ooh, you can. Some of our members are hosting a little wine tasting. The next one, if you would please. The Middle Ground Potluck. That's where people gather and have beautiful food. Thank you, Georgia and Steve, for hosting that. And I think we've got one more. Leftover Smorgasbord. Yes, Saturday, December 26th. Come on by and we'll have a potluck at the Berry Hill Community Center. Now, you can find all of those in your program, so be sure to take it home with you. You can also find it online in various places if you look at the back of your program. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I want to point out especially that on the back of that program, there is the meetup group listed. That's where you can find all of our smoops and various other things up there. If you have the app, you can download that to your phone, and it'll populate your calendar so that it'll give you reminders. Let's see. After the assembly today, please join us at Blackstone Restaurant and Brewery for lunch and fellowship. We have the room on the right reserved for us. See your program for the directions. 1918 West End, just a few blocks from here, over yonder. Over yonder. Anybody else have any quick announcements of something that I've forgotten? I was getting there. Yeah, I'm just getting there too. Yeah, that's all right here. But you can't read my mind because we're not that close. That was Patrick over there in Marina. 2 more band members. Okay, so, let's see. Oh yeah, remember to drop the feedback forms and perhaps donations at the boxes as you leave. Thank you. Next up, Ms. Amy Monsky, who will give us information on Camp Quest. Ms. Amy, come on down to the front. Woo! And I'll let her do the... There you go. I'll let her do the introduction.
All right. Yeah. It's fun being 4 feet, 12 and a half inches. Those of you there in Atlanta, you got to hear that one twice. Okay, my name is Amy Monsky. I am the regional director for Camp Quest Southeast. Does everybody know what Camp Quest is? If you know what Camp Quest is? Some. Okay. So Camp Quest is a secular summer camp. We believe that kids who are empowered with critical thinking skills and empathy can change the world. And so we provide a summer camp experience that is very much like Sunday Assembly in that we celebrate life. We do a traditional summer camp, but we put in humanist values, be the best that we can, be responsible for your life, be respectful of others, and we do it all in a community of a very supportive peer structure. I've got a video to show you, so I'm going to step aside and let you see the video, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more.
Freedom to be who you are without judgment and worrying about getting called names or somebody not wanting to be your friend anymore.
Giving kids the opportunity to talk to one another about what's life like outside of camp so they can start to build support structures with one another and really feel that they are supported and they know that even if they feel alone in their school, that there's a lot of people out here who, share their outlook on life and, really want to support them.
Camp Quest is just awesome place for kids to get away for a week, be themselves, be who they are. I think it's just a great opportunity to reach out and learn that they're not alone, that they're not the only ones who feel the way that they feel. This is the only time when they can really be together and, express the way in which they are a minority and have conversations with adults, what's happening, that maybe people aren't talking about because they're uncomfortable. Love, what is love? What is honesty? What is it to be a free thinker? How do children essentially explain what's going on in the world around them?
The joy that the kids have, they're just happy to be there, and they sing along and they dance and they're present. So that was filmed in 2013 at our Camp Quest, South Carolina location. We're a national organization. We have about 15 locations across the country. The closest one to here right now is in Smoky Mountains. That's about 3 hours, about 45 minutes from right here, maybe a little more or less depending on where you're coming from. So as you saw, that we are a camp that targets kids from secular families, that often these kids don't have a support structure in their school. As adults and as kids here, we have this support structure here that we can go and be ourselves and not worry about how others judge us. We can march to the beat of our own drums. For kids, they don't have that same experience necessarily in school, and this is a place where they can be. We're very inclusive of everybody, including LGBTQ members. We've had campers that are transgender. We've had counselors that are transgender and gender nonconforming. So we are very welcoming of people as they are. And our motto is fun, friends, and free thought, and it is that order. Most importantly, it's fun. It's just a fun camp. friends, people come back. We have kids in South Carolina. We have 2 brothers that come from Louisiana. We have a boy that comes from Alabama. We have 6 campers that come from Florida, all the way up to South Carolina, because that's where their friends are. And they're willing to do that every year. So with the Southeast region, the closest camp, like I said to you, is Smoky Mountains, and there's one also in South Carolina up in Ohio. I'm the regional director for the Southeast region, and we have a 5-year plan to put 5 more camps in the Southeast, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, all across there. And I've only got like 10 seconds left, but I wanted to tell you that I will be at lunch after if anybody would like to talk more about how to make this happen, because like Sunday Assembly, we are completely volunteer run at the local level, and we rely on adults to come and staff, people that want to give up a week of their life to make a huge difference in the world, a difference that you can see almost immediately, and the kids, the smiles, there is nothing like it. And while it is a summer camp for kids, the adults get just as much out of it as the kids do. So thank you very much for your time. I look forward to talking to you at lunch.
Thank you, Amy. All righty. As we near the end. Ooh, that sounds final, doesn't it? Okay, so thank you, Amy. The Unnamed Assembly Band can now make its way back up here to the stage for our final number. And I'll lay on you my closing remarks. It's a kind of magic. I just wanted to do that on a microphone. Okay, so we don't live forever. Who wants to live forever? No. We celebrate life, this one life that we have together. We don't all need to push past a life-threatening illness, nor attend a really cool camp to get fulfilled lives. Though the cool camp is definitely preferred to having a life-threatening illness, mind you, just saying. Strive to learn new things, have a childlike sense of wonder at the world. If life throws you off the rhythm, work to get your mojo back. Nothing is guaranteed, but we are here to help support you. What makes Sunday Assembly work? It's a safe place to come out into your own as a secularist. Focus on this life, the real physical world, finding the beat of your own little drummer boy or girl, playing for yourself, your family, the rest of humanity. As Dave Brubeck says, the oneness of man can come through the rhythm of your heart. It's the same any place in the world, that heartbeat. It's the first thing you hear when you're born or before you're born. And it's the last thing you hear. Be the blacksmith. Be the camper. Be the camp counselor. Oh, this is my talking now, not Dave Brubeck. Just in case anybody was wondering. All right, we understand that things can't all be merry and bright, but I gotta at least say, merry everything and happy always. So, always look on the bright side of life. Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's whistle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Come on, sing along everybody, come on. Always look on, dance around if you want to, of life. If life is jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. So always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life. But life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. Should always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. And always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show, keep on laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you and me. So always look on the right side of life. Always look on the right side of life. Come on, everybody. Whoa, key change time. Here we go. Ready? Hey. Always look on the bright side of life. All right. You know what? We come from nothing. We come from nothing. We go back to nothing. What have you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. We have one life to live, and this is it. In support of each other. Sunday Assembly Nashville coming at you and you and you. Hey, you guys sing something. Hey, give it there. Come on. Let's hear it. Always look on the bright side of life. Don't forget to join us for fellowship and fun at Blackstone afterwards. Look on the bright side of life. You've only got a few more chances of singing it with us today. Ready? Always look on. One more after this. Side of life. Here we go. This is it. One more time. Woo! Always look on the bright side of life. Thank you very much. From Sunday Assembly Nashville to you and yours, happy everything.